Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gamers. Some of you may on Twitter the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Tennis Ace. I believe we are on Keiken's Path. Yes, we are on Keiken's Path. I am very much looking forward to continuing this route. Oh, I had a good reception to that kiss back there. Ooh, boy. Ooh, what a kiss. But anyway, y'all, so I'm going to let y'all know I'm now an affiliate of Green Man Gaming. What that means is that there's going to be a link in the description of each video. Y'all click that link, y'all get awesome discounts on all the latest and greatest games, and I get commission for whatever y'all buy. Also, my girlfriend Elle is a very talented furry artist. I have links in the description to her Twitter and her FA. If y'all are looking to get some art commissioned, she could use the money and the support. So anyway, y'all, let's jump right back in, shall we? Alarm Chan, you are up, and let's go. All right. I feel my whole face growing red hot and nearly choke on my own saliva. My body freezes at the sudden touch of his lips. My eyes follow the hare's figure, and I feel him snuggling up to my side, resting his forehead against me in an affectionate gesture. Keiken looks incredibly happy at my side, his face shining bright red, a big grin plastered all over it. God, I can't believe how lucky I am. I mean, I thought you did like me back, but I still didn't really want to get my hopes up. I don't know what to say. So this whole time I was being jealous of myself? It's kind of depressing, though. So we're dating now then, right? I think so. You think? You're the one with all the experience here. You should be telling me. I don't think you want me to draw on my previous experience here. That would spell out a bad ending. Fair enough. Still, I'm kind of shocked. I didn't know that, you swung that way. You say that now, after having just accepted my confession. Believe me, no one is more shocked about that part than I am. I hadn't even noticed that I began to like you romantically until a few days ago. Lately, I've just been jealous and confused. I know it's kind of a dickish thing to say, but part of me is kind of happy about it. If you don't mind me asking, since when did you know you liked men? I don't mind, and I've known about it for a few years. Although, to be fair, it wasn't any kind of earth-shattering realization for me. Besides, I still like girls, too. But wait, so you're not gay? I'm bi. Not that it makes much of a difference, because the one I like is you. Hearing you say that isn't good for my heart. Ha! Is that so? But it feels so nice to say. Can you say it back to me, too? So I know you're not just going with the flow. Huh, because I can't blame him for thinking of that. I don't exactly have the best track record with this sort of thing. I swallow hard, trying to summon the courage to say these very embarrassing words. I like you, Keiken. Romantically. Keisuke's face goes a few shades redder, and the smiles he shows me is absolutely stunning. Lit up by the streetlights and the moon, I happen to think he's probably one of the most handsome guys I've ever met. I never thought I would ever think about a guy this way. It's a bit of a mysterious feeling. Come on, as tempted as I am to just dawdle around and bask in this sensation, we need to get you home. Really? Can't we just hang around a little more? I wish I could. In my infinite stupidity, I actually called for my ride before we left school and told them to go pick me up at your place after I dropped you off. Besides, I'd rather not hang around in the middle of the street, and I do still need to rest for a bit, but we can talk about it a little more later. Alright. Once we turn the street and my house comes into view, I see a black limo stopped right in front of it. See? Infuriatingly timely, as always. We walk up to the car and the driver rolls down the window to greet Keisuke. I'm surprised you called so soon. How was the show? Alex? Alex is in the passenger seat of the limo as he greets us as well. Why are you surprised to see me? I thought I was already established to go wherever Keisuke goes outside of class. I guess that's fair. I'll tell you about how the show went on the way home. Trust me, there is a lot to tell. Yuichi-san, I'll see you later, okay? And thank you again for everything. It was my pleasure. Keiken gives me another kiss on the cheek and hops into his limo. I watch the engine of the car revving on and it driving away. Last thing I see is Keiken's head peeking out the window and waving at me. Then the car turns at the end of the street and disappears from view. Huh. There's a lot I need to wrap my mind around right now. But despite how overwhelmed I am, I feel pretty happy. Yeah, I feel really happy. Bunch of damn cuties! I seem to wake up before my eyes even open. It seems the fatigue of the previous days walking around non-stop has caught up with me. My body feels weak and just lazy. I don't want to get up. However, slowly I seem to recall something. Huh? What? I shoot up from my bed, my eyes now wide open. Just remembering what happened yesterday has my heart beating fast. Did that seriously happen? I didn't dream that, did I? I grab my phone from the end of the table next to my bed and unlock it, browsing my messages. Okay, nothing from Keiken, it seems. I'd have thought it sent me a message commenting on it. Or maybe it never actually happened and I'm slowly losing my mind. Huh. What is wrong with me? Wait, it's only 6:43? It's way too early. Is he even awake at this time like this? With a little bit of hesitation, I began to write a message for him, still struggling to hit the send button. What would I even say? Did yesterday really happen? Yeah, that would probably just be hurtful. From now on, I'm in your care? What am I, a 15-year-old girl? Never mind. I placed the phone back on the table. Since I'm already up anyway, I might as well get dressed and do stuff with my day. I walked downstairs, quickly flopping on the couch and turning the television on. The whole place is really quiet. I guess no one else in the house is up to this. Huh? Aniki, what are you doing up so early? Or not. I sit up properly on the couch and take a good look at Aki. Why are you wearing your uniform? It's because your school has today off after the festival. After the festival doesn't mean mine does. Our festival is only in November. Oh, right. Today is only just Friday. It's a good thing we got the day off. I'm just feeling way too lazy to go to school today. Right, I forgot. Sorry, I'm just not all here today. Are you okay? More or less. I just feel pretty tired. I kind of want to just be lazy. You're only 18. You shouldn't be acting like an old man. Yeah, I get ya. Aki, your tongue is way too sharp for a 12-year-old. You're just gonna sit around all day and do nothing? That's what I was planning on doing. It must be nice not having anything better to do with your time. Oh, wait, your midterms are next week. Maybe you should study. Are you incapable of saying anything that isn't negative? I can. I choose not to. It wouldn't kill you to smile sometimes, you know. I smile plenty. You just don't get to see it because you always force me to silently judge you. Now there's nothing silent about it. Come on, sit down with your older brother for a bit and relax. You don't have to be in school for nearly another 2 hours still. I was just getting ready. Well, your fur is already brushed, you're in your uniform. What else is there for you to do? Have you had breakfast? Yeah. And you've got plenty of time to kill. I usually get there early in the day, you know. Not everyone gets there at the last minute before the gates close. Maybe, but today you get a chance to spend some quality time with your brother before you leave. Would you prefer doing that? It's not that big of a deal. Are you a tsundere? Your tail is wagging pretty hard, even though you're trying to deny it. Aki sits next to me, and I immediately wrap my arm around his tiny little shoulder, pulling him a little closer. See? That wasn't so hard. Tell me, how have you been doing at school? I'm fine. Nothing much to talk about. Is that so? How are your friends? Have you been getting along well with your classmates? What's with these questions? Are you mothering me now? No way. I'm just taking some time to make sure my little brother is doing all right. It's creepy, so I'd much prefer if you stopped. Harsh? Aki, you're gonna make your big bro cry. Well, I've been getting along okay for the most part. Ah. He still answered the question. Really? That's good. Sometimes I worry you don't have enough friends. You never bring anyone home or talk about them much. It doesn't mean I don't have any, you just don't see any reason to talk about it. Besides, the last thing I need is you embarrassing me in front of my friends. How would I embarrass you? I'm pretty tame around most people. You always find a way. Name one instance where I embarrassed you. The point is, I don't want you around my friends. You just dodged the question. I don't owe you any answers. So not cute. So not cute at all. You know, I might be older and all, but I still do have feelings. I wonder why he doesn't want me around his friends. Is it something I did? Wait, could it be... Did Aki enter his moody teenage years? No, bring back my cute little Aki. The one that loved to snuggle and spend time with me. Aniki, you're making a really scary face. Oh, sorry, I was lost in thought. My mind scares me sometimes. Hey, Aniki? His little brother is so damn cute. Yeah? Do you think you'd have some free time now that the festival is over? Hard to say. We have midterms next week, and there's also the school trip. Ah, I see. Why do you ask? Is there something you wanted? I was wondering if you could help me practice sometime. I wasn't expecting that level of frankness. Yeah, sure, I can try to make some time. Really? You promise? Well, it'll be difficult to find the time, but I can't say no to my cute little younger brother. Ugh, can you not say it like that? It sounds creepy. Do you need to criticize everything I do? Yeah, that's what I'm best at. So not cute. So, Aniki, what are your plans for today? I already told you, just lazing around. Sure, but lazing around doing what? Nothing. So you're just gonna sit around staring at space? Yeah, that sounds good. Are you sure we're related at all? Hey, I did the honor student stick for years. Give me a break. It's not a stick. You should take your studies more seriously than that. Yeah, I already have enough people to build a whole choir preaching that to me. And maybe you should start listening. Nah, not interested. Are we sure you're the oldest here? Poor thing, you poor thing. If you can't accept a modicum of levity into your life, you're going to be completely destroyed by stress when you grow up. Well, different people have different points of view. I'll leave it at that. The hell does that mean? That you're a headstrong little shit, but I dare not say that to your face? Somehow I can't picture such a conversation going well at all. Anyway, do let me know if you need any help, okay? You don't have to tiptoe around asking for it. Where did that come from? Well, you just asked me for help with practice, so I thought I should clear things up. Thanks. Heh, he's not so honest about what he wants. He's so not honest about what he wants. This reminds me, I haven't practiced myself in a while. The course being closed while they prepare for the festival is always such a bother. You can always go to a private tennis club. That's what you always do. That way you'd always have access to courts. No thanks, I don't like the environment in those private clubs. Besides, they're really expensive. They're not that bad. I go to one that's pretty good, and it's not that expensive either. Yeah, and it's because you go to one that I pulled out of mine a few years ago. Eki might be immature in a lot of ways, but he still has a child's understanding of money. There's only so many ways you can stretch the income in a house that only has one working parent. Although we are doing pretty well for the most part, not in any danger of going broke or anything. Maybe I might just be a tad overcautious. Mom isn't the spending type either, and she lets me manage most of the household groceries, so we're able to save money pretty often. Guess it wouldn't hurt to treat ourselves a little more often. But somehow I don't think a monthly recurring expense is the way to do it. I much prefer sticking to the school's tennis club. I'm glad you're enjoying the club you're in, but it's not the same for everyone. Yeah, whatever you say. You really need to work on your attitude a bit. If you're always this dismissive, you're gonna have a hard time making friends. Don't worry, you're the only one I'm comfortable being dismissive around. I don't know whether that should make me happy or upset. You don't look at all too happy about it. Oh, really? How did you guess? You don't have to look at me like that. I was only joking. Alright, I get it. I take it back. Please stop glaring at me. Sometimes I really get the feeling you don't respect me at all. I was just teasing a bit. Of course I do. Is that so? Would you be willing to put that in writing? Hang on, let me just get a piece of paper. I take it back. You suck. Aw, thank you. I try. That wasn't a compliment. I'm bored. It's only been about an hour since Aki left, so I'm already bored. I considered doing something at the computer, but I'm not quite sure what. I want to do something, but at the same time, I don't want to get up from the couch. If I keep this up, I might actually turn into a couch potato, and I'm pretty sure no one wants that. Not even I want that. The phone starts buzzing in my pocket. I immediately pick it up, not thinking much of it. Oh God. I inhaled saliva. Oh God. I see Keisuke's picture of the message screen and freeze. After a second's hesitation, I decide to open it and see what it says. Morning. Morning. Are you awake yet? I was wondering if you wanted to do something today. I also like Keiken to have proper grammar and punctuation even in a text message. That would be me. That's a lot more normal than I thought it would be. Somehow I expected things to be a lot more awkward. But then again, you can't gauge awkwardness from text messages very well. Hesitantly, I begin typing back. I'm awake. What did you have in mind? I'm awake. What did you have in mind? Considering what I know of Keiken, I can imagine him cringing just by reading the way I type. Heh, maybe that's why he rarely ever messages me. Oh, he's typing back. Alright. Come over, and bring your tennis gear, too. I'll have a car go pick you up. 30 minutes sound okay? What? My tennis gear? Is tennis his idea of a date? But then again, he never called this a date, did he? Maybe I'm expecting too much. Sounds good. See you in a bit. Well, I guess my plans to sit around doing nothing are a bust. Good thing I already showered when I woke up. Gonna pack my stuff real quick. I'll probably even have time to spare. That means I can come up with a plan of attack for my awkwardness. I really hope I don't screw things up. Keiken's house is just as fancy as always. Just the trek from where the car is parked to his room is almost 5 minutes. Seriously, this place is unnecessarily big. Please, go right in. Yuichi, good to see you. As soon as I open the door to his room and am ushered inside, Keiken calls out to me. The very first thing I notice is he just addressed me differently from usual. Good to see you too. Did you just call me Yuichi? Yeah, I did. Why? Don't you like that? You just dropped the honorific. It's not like it's a big change. Although from the prim and proper Keiken, it does stick out like a sore thumb. I will leave you two to your devices, unless there's anything else you require of me. No, thank you very much, Kuroda. You're dismissed. As you wish. Do not hesitate to call if you need anything. Man, I'm always surprised when I come here. This place really is uselessly big. You can say that again. By the way, how come every time I come over, I'm always just seen inside by Kuroda instead of Alex? Isn't he your private butler? Yes and no. He might be called that in name, but Alex barely does any kind of butler duties. And then what does he do around here? Mostly whatever I ask him to do. He has no obligations around the house like Kuroda does. He does tend to keep an eye for intruders, so he's always hanging around just outside. What he's saying is that they can afford to hire someone to just stand around waiting to be called. His family really astonishes me sometimes. But getting back to what was said earlier, if I may ask, why did me calling you by your name bother you? I already said it didn't bother me. Why are you being so weirdly formal all of a sudden? I'm just not used to you calling me that way. I don't think I've seen you call anyone without honorifics before. I'm sure it's happened once or twice before, but you're right, I don't make a habit of it. I just thought that since you and I are now a couple, we could start calling each other by our first names. Of course, by that, I mean I want you to start calling me Keisuke instead of Keiken, too. Is that so? Does it bother you? No, that isn't the right word to describe it. More like it weirds me out just how normal he's being. I guess I was expecting a lot more awkwardness when we talked for the first time after yesterday. But then again, even yesterday, he was pretty calm about the whole thing. Turns out that Keiken might be a tad more confident than I gave him credit for. At least when it comes to interpersonal skills. Well, it's not like I mind it, although I'm pretty used to calling you Keiken, so I might slip back to it every now and again. But if you want me to call you Keisuke, then I will. Thank you. Keiken. Keisuke might just have some pretty old-fashioned ideas of dating. I do want to know why the sudden request, though. Sudden? I thought this would be pretty normal now that we're dating. Well, I can't really say anything otherwise. I've never done this kind of thing before when I dated before, but then again, I was downright resistant to even spending time with them. Well, never mind. I guess it doesn't matter to me one way or another anyway. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Do you have something in mind when you called me over? I lightly shake my tennis bag for effect. Keiken chuckles and points at it. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks, or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!